Greetings and salutations, this is Imperator Vespasian bringing you a mole tank. Yeah, you don't see many of these things around. When I came to designing the squat army, I really racked my brain into what vehicles to give them, or to give them any. And I thought, well, I can't not give them at least one vehicle, and I didn't really want to get an Imperial Guard or Space Marine vehicle and convert them, because originally they used to use Space Marine stuff. And I certainly didn't want to mount any dwarf on a bike, because that would have been stupid. So instead I went back to the old law and I decided a mole tank would probably be the way to go. The mole tank kind of has two things. One, squats live on high gravity worlds, they live in caves and stuff, they mine, and so a tunnelling device is probably something the squats are going to have coming out of their ears. They probably have a small mole vehicle parked in their own garage ready to go to work in the morning. Whereas also, if they're living on, say, Fenris or a world like Fenris, like the Space Wolf worlds they live on, I think the Space Wolves themselves would quite enjoy having something like a mole tank to get around, because, let's face it, Fenris is an absolutely horrible place to live, and just walking from one place to another would be pretty difficult and dangerous, and using a tank would be pretty difficult and dangerous too. So maybe a mole vehicle would be better. I just thought, you know, I'm quite lonely, I just sit in my room thinking about these things. Anyway, this is the Termite mole tank. You can use it for the Space Wolves as well, because it's covered in Space Wolf insignia, so, you know, why not? So, Termite mole tank. It's got varying abilities for ballistic skill. Its standard ballistic skill is 3+, it goes down to 5+. Attacks of 3 goes down to 1, depending on how damaged it is. It has strength of 8, toughness of 7, 10 wounds, leadership of 8, save 3+. It is equipped with heavy bolters. There's a heavy bolter out of that hatch there, there's one underneath, and there's one at this side as well. So it pops up out to the ground and it has heavy bolters to cover you. Effectively, it's a drop pod. That's what it is. It has the ability to deep strike. In fact, its only ability is deep striking, a bit like a drop pod. Once it lands, i.e. comes up from underground, it can't move. Technically it could reverse and go away, but you know. So it has the ability to deep strike, so anywhere within 9 inch of the enemy. It transports 10 Marines or 20 squats, because obviously you can use it for Marines as well, so 10 Marines or 20 squats, because squats are smaller. Dwarven Artificer. Each turn roll a 6, and the Tech Priest on board, or the Iron Priest on board, or the Engineer on board, whichever you're looking at, can repair 1 wound to the vehicle. Yeah, that's fine. Technically all dwarf vehicles would have that. The downside is it doesn't really do much, but you know. And of course it can explode. So that's a pretty overview of the rules. Building wise, it's made out of lumps of, what is that stuff? That brown wood stuff that's easy to cut. Wood stuff. Any ideas?
I don't know.
Balsa.
Oh, the balsa.
Yeah, that's made out of little squares of balsa. I got little rods of balsa and cut them up, and I put them layer after layer after layer to create a drill head. That's how I ended up doing it, to make it. If that's the way you want to do it yourself, that's fine. It looks a little bit like a drill. I've got tracks down 3 sides. They're off the drop pod. The drop pod has a number of these plates for different individual chapters on. And then it's got itself some melters, which is what it uses to melt through the surface. And that's it. It's covered in hatches. It's got little hatches, big hatches, and that's basically it. It's not a hugely complicated model. I put it together in an afternoon. But it looks okay, and it will be useful for our games. But I hope it will anyway. So if you liked the video, then please make a like and subscribe and leave any comments in the comment section. This has been Imperator Vespasian, and goodbye.